Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, now let me try this all international introduction. So, guten Abend, good evening, bonsoir, buenas noches, buena notte, buonasera, dobre večer, dobre večer, good afternoon, good kwel, good kweld, yo estet kivanok, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, annyeong. Grüezi wohl, grüß Gott, shalom, salam alaikum, my friends. Here we go. This is round number 5 of tonight's 4 players close combat cup. This is the best of one. Still, we have Braddock playing against Darkforce here on Shakuras Plateau. It is Blizzard Shakuras Plateau, not MLG Shakuras Plateau. So we have Darkforce here spawning on the top right location, and on Shakuras Plateau close positions next to him here on the top left we have Braddock spawning at the yellow Terran. We just saw a really entertaining game of Braddock against Unique, where Braddock showed us how to double drop at the same time, go in with the Hellions, drop with Marines in the other base, and Micro ghost really well with the mass snipe on Brute Lords, EMPing and Festers, and just having siege tanks and Thors and Hellions everywhere at the same time on the map. Braddock really makes use of his APM currently at a 240, showing us why I love his playstyle so much. Now he's playing against none other than Darkforce, one of the, if not the best Zerg player here from Germany. Braddock, of course, he is from Russia, and Darkforce here spawning in the top right. Let's take a look. He went for the hatchery first play. Now the pool is finished. Here we see the spine crawler right away, just in case there will be any bunker related shenanigans coming up by Braddock. Braddock spotted everything. He knows what's going on. Now the Zerglings are out. The Zerglings will be able to take care of this SCV rather sooner than later, but no, if Braddock will be able to reach his Marine friends soon enough. No, he will not, but Darkforce not paying enough attention, losing the 2 Zerglings. But, I mean, losing 2 Zerglings to get SCV down is not too bad of a trade here. So what's the follow-up play by Braddock? Going for the factory right away. There we see the startboard. And no add-on on the barracks, no add-on on the factory. He's still on 1 gas, and the starport is halfway done. So I'm really curious what the long-term plan is. I would expect him to just do some damage here, maybe wait for a medivac and go for basically the same play style opening he did in the last game, where he just had out a couple of Marines and Hellions in the end, and then just went for the drop here in the main base. Because he can't really do anything in the natural expansion, because Darkforce here with the spine crawler, with the Queen, and with the 6 Zerglings to defend any possible actions in there. So there we see the medivac I was talking about. Now he's getting 400 minerals, and 400 minerals is exactly for the expansion. So Braddock going for the same build he did in the last game. There we see some more lava popping off the roof here at this layer in the top right. And he should be in a good enough position. So, I'm sorry, here I am back again. There we see this attack by Braddock now commencing. Took out 1 Overlord right away. Darkforce rearranging his Queens. What about the Zerglings? They have the speed finished already. He's got 16 Zerglings on the field, 6 more in production. Let's see how much damage the Hellions can do, because it's one thing the Marines have to do, and the thing the Marines have to do is to take care of the Queens. Meanwhile the Hellions take care of the Zerglings, but looks like he decided not to play anymore. He lost 1 medivac, he lost 2 Marines and 1 Hellion in the process of defending there. And this was quite a lot of damage he did there. Let's take a look at the units lost. There we see a Darkforce being behind, but he lost 15 units. Most of those units, actually all of those units, beside from 1 Overlord, are Zerglings. So what is Darkforce doing right now? He finished with the lair already. There's the spire. The baneling's nest should be around at the natural expansion. Exactly. Here it is. Meanwhile, Braddock checking here at the 4 o'clock location if there's another expansion coming up or not. Now this orbital command just finished down here. There are the SCVs being transferred over there. Barracks getting rearranged to just go for some sort of wall off. Meanwhile, Braddock still flying around to see if there are any other expansions by Darkforce on the field, but no, there are none. Darkforce currently still on the 2 base, and now I'm really curious when Darkforce is gonna destroy his rocks. No need to destroy those rocks here on the left, but his own rocks should most likely get destroyed, because siege tanks can siege up here on the low ground and Zerglings can't do anything about it. And here we go, Darkforce taking out those rocks. And a very smart playstyle by Darkforce. I saw many players doing this wrongly, getting their spawning pool, getting their hatcheries, their evolution chambers here. But all the important tech structures as a Zerg player on Shakura's plateau should always, and I say always, be built away from this entrance. So if you're spawning on the right, build them on the right. If you're spawning here on the left, build them on the left. Doesn't matter if it's top or bottom, just build your tech buildings away from this entrance. Because siege tanks will get too powerful, drops will, by Protoss player, by Zerg players, will most likely happen here before, more likely in this area than in that area. So no matter which race you're playing, keep your destruction, keep your technical buildings, your tech structures away from this main entrance. Meanwhile, Darkforce going here for this another expansion, and Darkforce doing a good job at spreading the love here. He's got 3 creep tumors, spreading those everywhere. He's got the queen waiting here, and this hatchery should be finished as well pretty soon. Even going for the extractors right away there at this location. First mutas are out. Let's see how much damage he will be able to do with the mutas. But Braddock already having the missile turret out, and this is really the smart thing Terran players should do. Not only just get just one missile turret here in the middle of your mineral line, just get multiple. You do not only want to protect your mineral line, you also want to protect your tech structures, you want to protect your refineries as well. Because if some mutas are able to camp your production facilities, you're more or less doomed. Now Braddock here with a double factory, triple factory actually, but double factory with a tech lab being able to do some damage. Mutas still flying around to spot if there are any drops, any units en route. Meanwhile, he's got the Zergling here at the 8 o'clock to see if there are any other bases coming up. Picking off a single siege tank, flying away just in time. Whoops, wrong button. None of the mutas died, even though one of those is in the red at 29, now 30 HP. Meanwhile, the creep spread is continuing, even though not that fast. Braddock now moving out here with a couple of Hellions. Does he have the blue flame? And no, he does not. So, oh no, the blue flame just finished. Here are the Hellions. The infestation pit is not a spine crawler, the roach run is not a spine crawler as well. So Darkforce will lose quite a lot of drones. All those Hellions are together at more than 20 kills already. One Hellion going down right now, another, and there we see all the remaining Hellions going down. But this attack already was worth it. Braddock was faking a drop here in the top right, maybe. Oh no, he actually was going for a real drop in the top right as well. So Darkforce lost quite a lot of drones there. He needs to drone up once again. Meanwhile, he's going for the bottom right expansion, continuing with the creep spread even to the entrance here to the top left. Meanwhile, Braddock expanded to the center location and not to the 8 o'clock location here. Mutas still flying around. Let's take a look at the harvester count, but Darkforce is already back to 53 drones, just getting now the spine crawlers. Here is one spine crawler, another spine crawler is made somewhere else. I have no idea, maybe in the main base. Yes, actually it is in the main base, going for more upgrades on the mutas. Where are the remaining mutas still flying around? And the mutas healing quite fast. This one mutalist was at 30 HP now. It's got more than double already. This hatchery here in the bottom right just finished as well. And what is now the game plan of Braddock? His game plan is to just get more siege tanks. He's got 2 more siege tanks in production. Actually, he's got 4 more siege tanks in production, because with 5 factories going completely amok here, and going for the +1 armor, and the armor is really good, making your siege tanks and your Thors especially more resilient against the Mutalisks, and of course the structure armor to help the missile turrets being able to be a little bit more resilient. And if you're getting any planetary fortresses, the planetary fortress, for example, does have 3 armor, and with this structure armor upgrade, the planetary fortress does have even 5 armor, and 5 armor on the building. Oh, this is quite a lot. Now going for the high-sec auto-tracking, the missile turret range upgrade here, going for 2 more command centers, and now Darkforce is moving in, taking out this one. Missile turret taking out a couple of SCVs here, and this refinery is now burning down to the ground. Thors coming up by Braddock as well. Meanwhile, Darkforce is just welling up more and more Zerglings and Banelings, and hopefully Darkforce will not be doing the same mistake as Unique did in the last game, where he just ran into tons and tons of siege tanks and Thors with his Banelings and Zerglings and the Infestors, in addition to some Mutalisks. So hopefully Darkforce will be able to go for a little bit more smart play. But he's also going for the Greater Spire, going for the Adrenal Glands upgrade, going for the Neural Parasite, the Mind Control upgrade for the Infestors. What about the Pathogen Glands upgrade? The energy upgrade for the Infestors is already done for Darkforce, and he's also going for the drop ability for the Overlords. He can't continue with the creep spread with his creep tumors here anymore. Does Braddock know about this creep tumor? No, it's just out of range here from this missile turret. Meanwhile, Mutas still flying around trying to catch some of the possible drops here by Braddock, but Braddock is playing it a little bit more passively. This Overlord just got repelled, and now Darkforce knows about this command center being finished right now, and the command center will not be a planetary, will not be an auto command, but it will be a planetary fortress instead. Now the Mutas going for the rocks. The rocks here on the right side are down already, but Braddock having 10 missile turrets here. So this area is more than Mutalisk proof. Maybe this might be a little overkill, but the missile turrets, he just doesn't like Mutas. And now the missile turrets, of course, with the high-sec auto-tracking upgrade, will be even more effective against the Mutalisks. So Braddock was to be completely sure that, for example, 9 missile turrets here at that location, Braddock does really want to make sure that nothing is happening. And we see an interesting building coming up. It should be here in the center of the map. There it is. The Nidus network is coming up by Darkforce. Is he going for a Nidus somewhere? Maybe he's Nidusing in this area, I'm not really sure, but yet more importantly, Braddock is moving out, doing some scans, getting rid of creep tumors here. There he's taking out all of those creep tumors, but Darkforce now having some Broodlords in production, having some Zerglings in production as well, and both Thors are just not fast enough. The Mutas are able to take out 5 siege tanks, now 6 siege tanks, and this was a very smart play. And now Darkforce here with his 5 Broodlings, and Broodlords doing so much damage, Magic Box Mutas helping out as well, so this job, this attack get completely denied. Nice fungal growth of the Hellions, so everything Braddock just had evaporated in seconds. This really reminds me of the last game, but now Braddock is the one just sacrificing all of his units without doing anything at all, and now he's down to 150 supply. Meanwhile, Darkforce is at a 200 supply now, moving over here with his Zerglings, and all the Zerglings he's having will be able to do so much damage, kill all the missile turrets, kill the SCVs. What about Braddock? He's just got this one siege tank helping out a little bit, but now the Blue Flame Hellions, and even all the Ghosts with the Snipe doing so much damage, and of course the Ghost with the double damage against light armored units are really good at taking out those Zerglings pretty fast. But now here are the Broodlords, and these are 6 Broodlords continuing with the assault, and those Broodlords generate quite a lot of Broodlings, and Broodlings also very good if you want to get rid of if you want to force some friendly fire. Ghost doing some more snipes here. 3 of those Broodlords already going down. Our French guy is slowing down the game because so much is happening right now. And Yeah, Braddock's orbital command is burning down to the ground. Braddock in a lot of trouble. Darkforce meanwhile just getting more upgrades, getting the +3 for the Zerglings. And remember the Broodlings here with this 0.65 attack speed, profit from this attack speed upgrade as well. But Braddock not yet given up, even though he might be down to 138 HP now. This Nidus Realm for Darkforce just finished. Braddock, he knows about the creep. Now he's got the Hellions in position. He should just attack the Nidus Realm. He's doing this right now. Darkforce just was going for the Nidus Realm, and the animation of this Nidus Realm going down, so wonderful. But he needs to make something happen. Braddock needs to get more production facilities. Oh, he got more than enough production facilities. Let's do a small count here. How many production facilities he actually is having. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 factories, 4 barracks, and 1 single starport. And looks like mass Zergling attack here on the bottom right. Of course, they will be able to take out the siege tank, but why not? Braddock just got a planetary fortress in his base. This planetary fortress is already at 32 kills, so I would never have placed a planetary fortress in this area, but looks like Braddock was successful there. Another Nidus Realm coming in, and he's dropping out the Banelings, and dropping out Banelings out of this Nidus Realm, of course, is a brilliant way to deal with all the SCVs attacking this Nidus Realm. And now, thanks to the +1 range for the high-sec auto-tracking upgrade, this PF was able to take out the Banelings before they were able to do so much damage. So this attack already paying off. Meanwhile, Braddock in here with some Blue Flame Hellions trying to do some more damage. Darkforce denying all those units with the fungal growth on the Infestors. Nice job. Finally, the Hellions taking out this Nidus Realm, and just leaving 1 Hellion here, of course, is a very nice, very smart decision. Braddock having just another planetary fortress here in the middle of nowhere, and I'm still so fascinated by this 32 kill planetary fortress being so effective already. And this is such an awesome game. There we see Braddock is good, and Darkforce, I mean, he is so good as well. His micro, his decision making, and his Nidus network is loaded up with more than 60 Zerglings already. So if there will be a Nidus Realm pretty soon somewhere on the map, he will be very, very mobile, even though the Zerglings are already mobile as well. So Braddock was able to get more units. Now he's at 170 supply. There we see some infested turrets at the front. Maybe he just wants to take some damage, but now siege tanks here at this Zelnaga watchtower on the bottom right, attacking the Satchery, attacking the mineral line. Where are the Broodlords? Darkforce here moving in with the Broodlords, but Braddock got so much energy on his ghosts, he will be able to go for quite some sniping, and even mind controlling a ghost right now. What is that? I mean, just imagine those infestors being able to go for some fungal growth there, but on the other hand, he should just EMP, and he just EMP'd in case one fungal growth will not be applied, but instead another mind control. He wants to mind control the Thoros or the ghost, but I would really love him to go for some fungal growth action there. Meanwhile, oh yeah, this was not a yellow spot on the minimap. I just thought we had another drop coming up, and such smart play by both players. Darkforce is still maxed out, but and he's getting 13 freaking Broodlords. And Thor's doing more damage here to the Broodlords, especially the Thors with a +3 attack, not doing too less damage, and especially since those Broodlords are clumped up together, the anti-air attack might be good, but once again, Darkforce denied this attack. This hatchery survived. He can continue with the mining there, and now with all those Broodlings, and those Broodlings doing 7 damage every 0.65 seconds, and each time a Broodlord does attack, 2 Broodlings spawn. This is quite a lot. Meanwhile, we have another Nidus Realm somewhere on the map. Here, is it here on the top left? Yes, it is. Another Nidus Realm coming up. Darkforce, how much damage will he be able to do there? Meanwhile, the Broodlords continue to attack at the front. Now this planetary fortress is in a lot of trouble and taking a lot of damage. No SCVs there to repair it currently. Zergling streaming out in the top left location, and I need some water. This game is so awesome. And I was so happy that I pushed the record button, just in case. So this game will be available as a VOD. Tell your friends about this game because it's the most awesomest ZvT I've seen in the last 2-3 weeks here. And in 20 seconds the Milky One will be out of the game, then we can continue at attack. And remember, Darkforce, who is having all those Brute Lords at the center location, is going here for the Nidus Worm at the top left location and going for an expansion at the 6 o'clock smiley face expansion at the same time, and the Milky One leaving the game right now. And now the battle continues. Let's take a look. This Planetary Fortress still not down. The ghosts trying to do more damage. Just imagine if those ghosts would be sniped. Even the missile turret did some damage here as well. What about the Zerglings? Taking out the engineering bay, taking out the Ghost Academy. Just one Hellion spawn. This Hellion will not do enough damage. Planetary Fortress now going down. We see more snipes. And remember, those Brute Lords were 13 Brute Lords, now it is down to 10 Brute Lords, and this attack has been now denied by Braddock. But still, what about the Zerglings taking out more and more factories, and the Zerglings here doing nearly 16 damage every second, and this is quite a lot considering that there are so many Zerglings on the field, and Braddock's main base is falling apart a little bit. And Darkforce, he's pulling back his Zerglings, does not want to be over aggressive there. Meanwhile, Braddock continued to mine here at this location. Once again, let's take a look at the supply for the moment. 139 for Braddock. Oh, Infestor's just throwing up some infested Terrans here over there to the left side. Never seen this on Shakura's plateau as well. Meanwhile, Braddock, what is he producing right now? Oh, lifting up this command center smart choice. Braddock going for 4 more factories. Now this complete tank Thor army denied this Nidus Worm. It looks like he wants to go for a counter-attack. An Infestor already waiting there, but he's going down right now. Darkforce needs to move away with the screens. Let's take a look at the units lost for the moment. 26,000, 28,000, so goes both guys pretty even, and the supply with 156 against 153 is pretty much the same at the moment. How many minerals do we have left on the base, on the map? So it's actually not too many, but still enough to go for some heavy production oriented gameplay. So no need for both guys to be too cost effective, but of course being cost effective in the long run is always a nice thing to do. Now Braddock here with a scan. He knows about the Broodlings, he knows about the Infestors. Nice EMP. There are the tanks, but I'm not really sure if you want to really move in there without any Vikings and with just 2 or 3 Thors in addition to 4 or 5 Ghosts. I think he does simply not have enough energy for the snipes, and this is absolutely true. Once again, not the smartest decision by Braddock. Meanwhile, Darkforce has some Zerglings here trying to get rid of some more of those factories where Braddock currently only is producing some more Hellions. In the middle is everything is quiet at the moment, and no more Infestes here throwing up some eggs. But now Darkforce moving in with some Brute Lords to take out this base. There are the Brute Lords. Of course, the Brute Lords still have more range than the missile turrets, even though it's not that big of a difference, because the Brute Lords with a range 9.5 compared to the 8 of the missile turrets is not that huge actually, but still Brute Lords can outrange missile turrets. So looks like this orbital command, and take a look how fast this orbital command is going down. The Broodlings being able to get a full surround here on the building in addition to the damage those units are dealing. But meanwhile, at the same time, Braddock going for a mass Hellion attack here in the bottom right. We saw some fungal growth is on the Hellions, but it's just so many Hellions, too many Hellions actually for him to handle. Now the Ghosts are here taking out more of those Brute Lords. Now the 3 Brute Lords going down right now, but at the same time Brute Lords here at the top location, and this is 83 kill Planetary Fortress in the middle of nowhere is going down finally. Hero Planetary Fortress, and this is looking better and better for Darkforce at the moment. But now Braddock continues with the harassment to the drone line here of Darkforce. Darkforce still got 1000 minerals left, but the damage has been done. Let's take a look at the harvester count. Darkforce still got 62 drones left. Oh, now it's a small update, 46 drones it is, against 35 SCVs. But now Braddock losing his supply depots. He's supply blocked, 130 over 116. Now Darkforce, with his continuous attack of the Brute Lords, is doing so much more damage, and with Braddock only having one single starport, which has already been taken out, and not being able to produce any Vikings at all, those Brute Lords just get more and more effective. The only thing Braddock could do something about is just going for the masked ghosts. He got ghosts queued up, but because of the fact that he's supply blocked with 122 over 52, he cannot get those ghosts out, and with not being able to get the ghosts out, I think after 35 minutes and 40 seconds this might be game. I think even though Braddock still got 15 more ghosts here to do some damage, this army of Brute Lords is just destroying everything, getting rid of absolutely everything. And with those ghosts not being able to cloak just in time, it's not looking too good, because the ghosts, even though they will be able to do quite a lot of snipes to the Brute Lords, the Brute Lords still, especially with the Brootlings, will be able to target the ghosts and do some significant damage. So now Braddock lifting up his production facilities, moving over, taking out the 6 o'clock base, and let's take a look at the income tab. Okay, Braddock is down to a 500 minerals, Darkforce is down to a 600 minerals per second, and all those infestors are the units you need to play cost effective. It's like the Raven of the Terran army, regenerating energy, and you can just spawn so many infested Terrans with those infestors. And let's take a look at the unit count, and in addition to this 9 Brute Lords Darkforce is having, he's actually having out 14 infestors, and those infestors will be able to do quite some damage. There we see more Brute Lords being morphed in as well. Those infested Terrans going down, of course. Infested Terrans even slower than a Cream. Off creep, they have a movement speed 9.4, which is the same movement speed as a Queen, but on creep, they're not much faster. So now mass snipes here on the Brute Lords. 3 Brute Lords going down, 4 Brute Lords going down, number 5, and only 4 Brute Lords left. And what about Braddock? He still got only 6 ghosts left and 1 Brute Lord still left, but no, there were 3 more Brute Lords being morphed in, and even a neural parasite on this last ghost having no energy. And this is really the smart thing, because Darkforce now, why do you think should he mind control the ghosts? He mind controlled the ghosts in order to EMP the other ghosts. There were to just deny any other possible EMPs, and this is such a smart play by both guys. And now I think this game might be over, and Darkforce in this epic TVZ will be able to take this whole game after all. And we just see more Broodlings, we see more infested Terrans. And this is really, I'm more or less speechless. I mean, Braddock is still driving around trying to do as much damage as possible, but he's not mining anymore. He does not have an income beside from the couple of mineral patches left over here, and the infested Terrans just doing more and more damage. The spine crawlers here waiting for those Hellions to arrive. Meanwhile, Darkforce only needs to walk around with his infestors and play it safe. The infestors on creep having 3.245 movement speed, which is more than enough to do some heavy damage. Still a 70 supply for Braddock, 127 for Darkforce, but Darkforce is able to mine from that base still, and with being able to mine here, he can contain a constant unit production. Meanwhile, Braddock is not able to do this. Got his orbital command flying over here. Once again, I think this is the 4th orbital command. He is landing at that location to continue, to be able to continue with the mining, and I have to say sorry guys, this is not a best of 3. Very unfortunately, this is only a best of 1. Now Braddock, it looks like he got some more siege tanks, he got some more Thors up here, for example, Commander Thor with 33 kills, and how many ghosts? He still got 9 ghosts, and let's take a look at the energy. Still got enough energy to do some serious damage in terms of sniping, but Darkforce got 5 Broodlords on the field, he got 5 more in production, now 10 Broodlords in total, but Braddock, he's not playing too aggressive, he's moving back. Unfortunately, he had to lift up this orbital command because it got attacked. Now landing this orbital command, was he just going for a new mule somewhere? And here we see another orbital command being built by him, and there he is dropping a mule, and yes, now this mule landed. Meanwhile, Zergling's trying to do more damage, and Braddock just needs to micro his Hellions to be able to defend this. Tech Lab getting attacked here by Darkforce's Zerglings, and now Darkforce, after denying this orbital command here on the high ground, going for the hatchery here himself. Now being able to mine from that location, he's able to mine from the 12 o'clock as well, so it's just 2 mining base against 1 mining base. But Braddock now moving with his forces up to the 12 o'clock to take this base as well, and in terms of units lost, it's still pretty close, 44k against 47k, and 631 units lost for Darkforce, 300 for Braddock. Now going for the scan. He's got a siege tank here on the high ground. With his high ground siege tank, he will not only be able to attack the creep tombs, but this hatchery as well, maybe force a cancel on it. Meanwhile, there's no counterattacks currently coming up, because now here's the infestation army, but the siege tanks are already sieged up. But here are the Broodlords. Now it is time for Braddock to use the snipes once again. Let's see, will we see a mind control EMP once again? And we see a mind control, but no EMP just yet. All the ghosts still have enough energy. More EMPs on the Infestors, and the Infestors has been taken out already. And what about the Broodlords? All the Broodlords gone. So once again, Braddock with a super sniping action, being able to take out the Broodlords, able to take out this base, take out this base in 3, 2, 1 as well. Meanwhile, just having a floating factory in the middle of nowhere. Sure, why not? Going for more Hellions, going for more ghosts, rebuilding the tech lab. Now this ghost is gone so fast, but now here are the Hellions trying to take out all those Zerglings once again, and the Hellions now dealing 30 damage against light armored units. This is so much. Let's see how fast those Zerglings going down. More snipes coming up to take out the Corruptors, and taking out Corruptors is the first thing you need to do. Just get rid of the Broodlords. Do not allow the Broodlords to morph in the first place. Another hatchery is coming up somewhere here on the bottom center location. Meanwhile, this hatchery at the 6 o'clock just finished, and Braddock, he's doing smart play. He's now only focusing on, and by the way, I thought this game was over like 10-15 minutes ago, but Braddock is still in here. He's playing smart, and he's even in the supply lead now. He was behind 60 supply, now being ahead 13 supply, and his play style is just to get rid of the expansions of Darkforce. Just deny Darkforce the expansions, meanwhile just sustain a constant income on the bases he's having himself as well. Now this spine corner just finished a little too late because all the drones going down, and he need to move back with the siege tanks. How much energy? And now that's why he's moving back with all of his forces, because all those ghosts need to regenerate some energy. He just killed 10 Broodlords, and 10 Broodlords is not only the money for the Broodlords, is of course also the money for the Corruptors. And to tell you how much money such a Broodlord is costing, a Corruptor costs 150 minerals and 100 gas, and morphing in the Broodlords actually costs like 100 gas, 100 minerals and another 150 gas, I think. So Broodlord's quite an offensive, not defensive unit, of course it's an offensive unit as well, quite a expensive unit. This was the word I was looking for. Factory still flying over here in the middle. The Hellions, after taking out the spine crawler, even were able to take out the hatchery as well, and nice transition by Darkforce to go for the roaches. Now he's got 14 roaches in the mix, and of course ghosts are not the best units against roaches, so he needs to have some tech labs on the factories to go for some more siege tanks or Thor oriented play. But Braddock is now maxed out here in this location as well pretty soon. Let's take a look at the supply once again, and after losing all those Hellions and a couple of tanks here in the top right location, Braddock is down to 86 supply, Darkforce now at 116. So let's take a look at units lost once again, and Darkforce is now the one being behind. He was ahead 3,000 resources, now he's behind 4,000. So both guys lost units worth more than 100k resources together. Just to give you a small, more than 1,000 units already, more than 1,100 units died on the battlefield. What about those infested Terrans? Not doing too much damage here, because Braddock just lifted up the orbital command, moved away with the SCVs and the mules just in time. So now he's doing some scanning, getting rid of more creep tumors. He wants to deny the scouting for Darkforce. Now he knows about this base as well, and yeah, let's take a look at the unit count a little bit. It is 22 roaches, 4 brute lords, and the 17 infestors he had are now only 6 infestors. By the way, now Braddock got the cloak for the ghosts. Now he can cloak with all of his ghosts. And let's take a look at the energy. Now there we're talking all of the ghosts having more than 100 energy right now, and now he will be able to be once again very, very cost effective. The cost effective infestors with having infinite amount of units with the infested Terran is nearly the same like the ghost with the snipe ability. Too many units there, just go for the snipe. And now here 2 cloaked ghosts doing so much damage to the infestors, to the brute lords, and he's not using the snipe ability, of course. If you snipe with the cloaked ghosts, those ghosts will get uncloaked pretty fast, but the cloaked ghosts are also a great unit for scouting purposes. Now the one observer, one overseer is out. Meanwhile, he was able to take out this expansion as well, and I have no idea, is it already more than 30 hatcheries Braddock was able to take out from Darkforce? Now landed once again this orbital command here on the right location. So Darkforce, how much energy does he have on his Festus? None at all. So not even, just only enough energy for 1 infested Terran each, because he just was throwing down the infested Terrans here at the orbital command. But now Braddock is moving over here with this factory, having the Hellions here to get roasted, to get some of these units roasted and toasted, the infested Terrans. Now landing himself with his orbital command, and now Braddock needs to defend this really big attack off, of course. Oh, and this is very unfortunate. Those units going down pretty fast. But nice EMP on... Oh, there we go. Very nice EMP on the infested. Then he just sniped out the overseer, and with the overseer being sniped out, he just was able to cloak all of his ghosts, forcing Darkforce to retreat. This is absolutely insane. So Braddock can continue with the mining at this center location in the south. Was able to repel those brute lords with even more snipes. By the way, nice transfusions here coming out by Darkforce on the brute lords right now. Braddock lifted up this orbital command just in time. Now this orbital command will land right away. More of those Zerglings moving in here through the center. Does he have a new overseer with him? Does he even have an overseer on the field? No, he does not. And without the overseer, the ghosts might not be able to... Oh, and nice job, because he spotted all of those units. And with spotting all of those units, he was able to cast a fungal growth because he had enough energy. And with the ghosts gone, this game was over so fast. And after 53 minutes and 56 seconds, Darkforce was able to advance to the next round. It's not even quarterfinals, not even semifinals or grand finals. It is just one of many rounds here in this best of 1 series for the 4 players close combat cup. So congratulations, Darkforce. And I mean, Braddock, he did not go down without a fight. He was able to stay in this game for 30 more minutes after I thought the first time, okay, this game is over. He was ahead quite a time, then even with mining here and there, but with all the ghosts gone, he was not able to come back. So congratulations, Darkforce, taking this game. I need a break. So, let's just take a look at the record.